you guys what that end content will be, even if graphics wise they might alter a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, hopefully the names will stay the same.
Little tiny one, it might be.
Man, something is going on inside of that fort. Strange is going on over there. Maybe we'll explore that a little bit tomorrow night.
Something's. There's no escaping.
There's no escaping that forest.
There's no escaping that forest. Once you're in, you're in. You win or you die. What is up with the stretchiness?
It's a magic cloak. It's a magic cloak. It's part of the character's lore. Didn't you read it when I made him? No, but so anybody that is still here tonight, we're glad that you're here, and we're pleased to announce something that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be opening a form on the website for investors to be able to download the client to the game. And then at 7 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern Time, we'll be opening the servers up to the investors. And we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow night where we get to explore this forest over there and enjoy the open server with our players, with our community. So we are very happy to announce that. That's why I was teasing most of the time, saying soon was closer than you thought. So be sticking forward to the forums, and watching, keeping an eye on those. That there'll be some updates tomorrow so that you can get started on the download, that you can get everything set up and ready, so that come 7 o'clock when we do the live stream, we'll be logging in at the same time you do, and we'll be exploring some of the content. So many questions.
Yeah. And something that I'd like to say, because I know a lot of people were asking about their status from the original forums, and that's something throughout this weekend we'll be merging. Now that we've finished some of the server technology, we'll be merging the old content in, and nothing will change for those of you who are using the same email address. You'll just notice your founder status will raise. You'll have your founder status. And all of your points from the original site will blend over. And of course, you'll be given access to the investor section of the forums where you can provide any questions you might have. You'll be able to access links and read any information from us developers regarding the server test, because we're going to be, one of the biggest things that we're going to be doing is pushing our server. We're going to be making a few announcements when we're going to be doing some heavy server testing. We'll like as many of our donators there as possible to really help us push the servers, because this will be our last venture before opening up the public servers to our public players. And one of the most important aspects of these tests is that once we launch, we won't be closing our servers again. So everything going forward, we'll just be doing updates and patches. So this will be pretty much it. This will be our last break before everyone's allowed in, and the game becomes live permanently. So we want to make sure everything is working as intended, and we appreciate everyone's investment, those who have helped build this product, because we couldn't have done it without you. The server costs, the asset payments, covering contractors, it was all made possible thanks to those who are able to commit investments to our company, and we really appreciate you all. And we're going to continue to work on releases. We have a lot planned. We'll be doing live streams every week. Aegis will be informing the community consistently about those, and we'll be making sure that we cover everything that's coming to the servers for each release. We're going to be patching quite frequently, because now that we have a solid core, we're going to be working to consistently release updates. So it won't be long distance updates like before because, as I said, our core is solid right now. We have major updates coming for the combat system. I'd like for Jax to go over that because that's a big deal. There's a lot of features we wanted to get in for this release, but at the moment we really have to start putting strain on our servers. We have to start properly testing. But there's a lot of things coming to the combat system I'd like him to go over before I close for today.
We kind of talked about combat system pretty heavily last stream.
Yeah, but you didn't really talk about the features that it's missing right now that we want to get in as soon as possible.
Well,
Like one of the like for example, what was making it nearly impossible for me to survive the forest as a level 50 versus level 30 mobs?
yeah, I mean, there's features that we partially have in the game, and there's features that are not in the game to the extent that they need to be, and those are things that will be dramatically affecting the way that players play the game and the way that combat feels. Right now, when you're a level 50 mob and there's a mob that's level 30, yes, there's a raw stat difference between you, but you might as well both be level 50, and one just has less stats because there's no multipliers, no addition damage multipliers, no accuracy multipliers or debuffs that go into that. So that's definitely a feature that uh, is going to change how combat feels. So there's a lot of things where a diminishing returns on status effects, the ability to uh, differentiate percentage chance on status effects, magnitude and duration of them. Those are all things that are going to be being worked on during the open investor phase of the alpha up until 100% of the combat features will be in the game when we launch into public alpha. So that is a goal. That is, there's no question ifs, ands, or buts about that. When we launch public alpha, all combat systems will be in. Right now we have the basis of most of them in, and it's a requirement of having them all completely in at that time. And this will be the time where you start logging in every day and you're like, holy cow, everything feels different. You know, you're going to be logging in day to day because we have so much in the game that is just raw code, and it's not something that's really visible until we start tweaking it and start implying it and start adding it to things, and we start making other things work with it. We may have a system that is completely done, but it doesn't interact with this other system. So we're getting to the point where all of this is going to start wrapping up, and you're going to be so surprised with how fast things start progressing, because we're at that point where we're about to reach the peak of the mountain, and after that it's downhill. And downhill is not a negative term. Downhill is talking about just when we reach that summit, it's going to be a dramatic speed up of combat features and just in-game features that really I know that we're going to wow everybody that plays our game. We're going to just blow everybody's mind with how much winning and how much great things are going to be done.
Again, as Jax was saying, that's like so many things have improved since core systems has been finished. For example, I was handling most of the spreadsheet conversions, power set implementations, and such because Jax was so busy building core fundamentals for combat, crafting, and such. And now that his core elements are finished, he's able to focus on that, freeing me up to do other things code related, development related that I normally wasn't able to do. And so things are really moving much faster now that we've completed our core. Another announcement I'd like to make is that as of uh, Wednesday of this week, we finished the very last of the art, the environment character art for the alpha, which we expect to last for the next 6 months of development. We're only investing now in animations voiceover work, and server costs. So art has been concluded. We'll still be doing final art, concept art from our art director. Those things that will be implemented much further down the line. We're not going to be stretching the team too thin right now. We've been contracting all our 3D art. So we'll be working on final art. You'll see what things are supposed to look like when final, but we'll be working with what we have for the next 6 months. Um, we have a few power sets that'll be animations that'll be purchased tonight, and we'll be going in game early tomorrow morning, and will be available in a patch with new power sets sometime this weekend. But we'll be continuing to invest in animations, emotes, power sets, general social animations and such. But as far as art, we've reached the pinnacle of where we want our art to be for our pre-alpha, and we're just going to continue to polish up our placeholder art to a final state, and we'll transition art that needs to be completely replaced once it's concepted and outside of our 6 month scope.
I bet you
Uh,
somebody in chat did not recognize how big this wall was and those trees are until I ran up to it.
I'm telling you, I had no idea how massive. I had no idea how really massive that environment. Thing that I have to keep reminding myself is we haven't quite landscaped. We did what we needed to do to get a presentable, playable experience there, but we haven't landscaped it. The landscape is all even. Everything's flat. We do have the trees and rocks coming and such, but once it's landscaped appropriately, once you have the broken ground, the rocks, the overgrown rocks and stuff, it'll be much harder to traverse, and it'll make it far more interesting, and definitely will make it feel much larger.
Yep.
So we're also announcing that we have our Discord will be opening for our community. We'll be able to interface with our community more directly, more frequently. We'll be dropping more frequent updates there. You'll be able to communicate with our devs more frequently and straightforward. And last but not least, we will be sending out emails alongside the investor alpha access forms. So investors, please keep an eye out for those. And the last note I'd like to make is that we'll be revealing our new investment tiers. We just got the last bit of art for that yesterday. So we'll be announcing our new investor tiers as well. So we have quite a few really great ones. One will allow you to have your own supergroup base inside the persistent world. You'll be able to use our player housing tools and base tools to design and build your base. You'll be able to determine if you want people to be able to openly visit it. Right now, it's either openly being able to visit it or not. We'll eventually add some tech to allow you to determine what rooms can be accessed, what areas can be accessed, and such, in case you want to have a publicly accessible headquarters for yours. We're calling them alliances in Valiance, which is your group of superheroes or supervillains. And that about concludes tonight's live stream. As I said earlier, we really appreciate everyone, every member of our community who supported us, all of our donators who have backed us and believed in us. Going forward, as Jack said, it'll just be consistent updates. The game will be expanding. Our public alpha launch will be populated with a very dedicated group of people. One thing that we will be making sure of with this alpha release is that before we take the product to Steam, that we're in the perfect place. We're not going to rush through the public alpha testing phase to try to rush to Steam. We want to go to Steam with a solid product. We want our community behind us 100%. We want those who support us to believe and know that we can do what we promise to do, and we want to deliver on every milestone that we say we'll achieve, and to really show the community that we have what it takes to make this game what we want it to be, make it that great next adventure for everyone who's supporting us. So we appreciate everyone. We look forward to seeing you all in game, and we look forward to the feedback in the forums.
Yeah, there will be. Yep, so no, there will be a Discord. But as for tonight, we are going to be out. We are going to say thank you to everybody that came and joined us tonight, and thank you to all those that watched this later, because we know that not everybody can make it at a specific time because we all have real lives. So we truly appreciate you guys taking your time out to join us here tonight. We really appreciate interacting and talking with our community. There's no way that I can overstate that. There's no amount of words that I can overstate that with. So I really want you guys to take that to heart. So thank you so much for all your support. We really appreciate it. We're gonna say goodbye. Go ahead down the list. Aaron, you want to say?
Well, like I said, we appreciate everyone. I personally can speak for myself and say I really truly appreciate everyone. I'm thankful and I'm grateful for an opportunity to rebuild this world and to see all my friends, family, and associates in the world with me together, all enjoying themselves and reliving those times lost. Thank you.
Chad?
I'll be short-winded. Thanks to the fans. Appreciate everybody showing up. Even better, there's more coming. It doesn't stop. It only keeps growing from here. So more content, more art, more fun, more bubble powers.
Exactly. I got to get those other bubble power sets in. And C4, you still there with us?
Yes, sir. I want to say thank you to all the fans because you guys have been a fanatical wonder. You guys have been absolutely priceless in driving us to continue forward. And this team, I love you guys. You're
Thank
great.
you very much, C4. We are.
Love you too, man.
We love what we're doing, and we can't wait to do it even more for you guys. So thank you. Have a great night, and we will see you guys next time.